I was born in Ukraine, in the city of Kiev, and I grew up there till I was about 8 years old. My mom had to move out, and my parents also divorced around that time, like very soon after I was born. And I only have one very faint memory of my father, and after that I never knew him. And so eventually we came to the US when I was about 8. My mom, she won the green card lottery, so we kind of did everything, everything by the book. My mom even got a job here and everything, and that's why we came to Miami. I was always kind of like different from everyone else. I was bullied when I was little, and that carried on and intensified when it came to the US because I just felt very different, very disjointed, out of place from everyone else. My family were Eastern Orthodox Christians, and of course, unfortunately, in the Eastern Orthodox tradition, there is no power, there is no manifestation of the real God, so there was no way to really know that God is real. So as I started getting older, I started to see all of that. I realized that, well, all of this ritual doesn't really mean anything. There is no reality to it. And that's when I became an atheist. I would come home and I would just constantly keep thinking about, just how depressed I am, how my life has no meaning. I would start thinking about how to kill myself. I changed my voicemail, like voice recording, to be that, I'm sorry, I can't answer the phone right now because I'm dead. Goodbye. They were friends of my mom's. They were taking care of me. They were worried about me. They didn't know where I was, so they started calling me. And then, of course, they heard that voicemail, so they started calling me more. And so after several hours, going well past midnight of just kind of battling with the thought, I decided not to do it. They called the emergency services. So first they took me home, but then the people from the mental hospital came and they picked me up and took me straight there. After I tried to commit suicide, several people had tried to take me to different churches, but unfortunately, many of those churches did not have power either. There was no manifestation of God moving. There was no miracles, no healings, nothing like that. So there was still no reason for me to believe that God was real. So that's why I kind of wrote off Christianity. I was like, nah, Christians are all stupid, Christians, whatever, religious people, and I don't need that stuff. At that time, during that period, my nose was completely blocked because of allergies to either dust or something else that was in the house where I was living at the time. So we started the worship, we started praying, and then all of a sudden they started prophesying, which is, they started to hear God speak about the people that were present in the House of Peace, and the things that they were going through. So they started saying, you know what, someone here is dealing with depression, someone here is dealing with rejection, with suicidal thoughts, with fear. Basically, they started listing every single thing I was going through. So in my mind, I kind of turned to God. I was like, well, God, if you're real, prove it to me. So I said, heal my nose as a sign that you're real. And before anyone even had a chance to pray for me, just right when I said that, in my mind, I felt this electricity come over my body. And suddenly my nose opened and I could breathe. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? Because I was shocked. I was stunned. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to think. It just completely opened my mind, and from that point I decided, well, I know nothing. Because, I had thought that I kind of had life figured out. I was very intellectual, I was very scientific, and so I thought I knew it all. And so at that point is when I realized, whoa, I don't know anything. God is real. God is real, and this means more than you could ever think. Because of the power of God, I was transformed. I was delivered from everything, every single problem that I was going through. I've been delivered from it.